Oh, hey, today I've got a foam rolling routine just for you. We're gonna be focusing in on our calves today. All you're going to need is a foam roller and a yoga mat. Let's get into it. For today's routine, we're gonna be focusing in on our calves and our shins. This is going to be excellent for anybody struggling with foot pain, plantar fasciitis. If you're a runner or just generally have limited mobility in your feet and ankles, you're really gonna like this. First, you're gonna need to pick out a foam roller. Foam rollers come in multiple lengths. My preference is the shorter one with ridges. The big thing you're looking for is that there is no give to your foam roller. It needs to be rigid so we can achieve what we're after. I'm gonna start by sitting flat, legs go out long. We're gonna do our right leg first. I'm gonna show you a few different versions and then you can pick what works best for you. The whole goal of foam rolling is we are targeting fascia. Fascia is a connective tissue. Think of it as like a web that surrounds your muscles. That is what we are after today. When that fascia gets too tight and too bound up, it restricts the movement in our muscles as well as the blood flow. So if we can get that fascia to soften up just a little bit, it's gonna help our muscles to glide and move even smoother. So with our right leg out long, we're gonna start at the Achilles tendon, which is the tendon that comes off of the calf muscle. Okay, hands come behind your back, and then you're just gonna press down ever so slightly. You may feel it here, or this might not be enough. It's not enough for me. And then you're just gonna wiggle your foot around. What we're looking for here is, think like when you're stretching, you're looking for that little bit of discomfort, but we're not necessarily looking for pain, okay? So for me, this is not enough. So the next step would be to stack your left foot on top of your right foot. That's gonna put even more weight, okay? Then we'll wiggle and rotate that right foot. That might be enough for you there. That is still not enough for me. So I'm going to lift up my glutes off the floor, stack my left foot on the right, and then I'm going to wiggle and move that ankle around. That is enough pressure for me to feel it. It's a little spicy, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm okay. All right, so you're gonna do that for 30 seconds to a minute is what I would consider optimal for me personally. From there, you're going to move up 1 to 2 inches. Same thing, you're going to just find what is the appropriate technique that's gonna get you what you're after. So I'm gonna stack my leg, push up off the glutes, and then I'm just gonna rock, kind of a little seesaw motion, kind of move that leg around. I think a lot of people, when they think foam rolling, they think they're really rolling the muscle, and that's something you can do, but I find this to be a lot more effective. Also, I find that my brain can handle this a little bit better. Foam rolling is pretty spicy, so give this a try. So find what's comfortable for you. We'll spend 30 seconds to a minute here, just kind of rocking, rotating, and rolling. Think about that fascia, that connective tissue. We're just trying to soften that up right now. Make sure you're breathing. All right, then when you're ready, go ahead and move the foam roller up 1 to 2 inches on the calf. And then we're gonna rock and roll right there. Think of your fascia and your muscles like a sponge here. Right now we're pushing on them, and that's gonna push the blood out, which is going to allow for new blood flow to come into the area. When you get to be midway up the calf, your calf muscle kind of splits like this. So you may need to go more to one side or the other. And I find it gets spicier for me the higher up I get on my leg. That's just for me personally. The higher I get up, I actually take this top leg down, set it on the floor because I no longer need that major pressure. When you get to the back of the knee, you're gonna wanna stop. We don't wanna be rolling over the back of the knee. That's a really sensitive area. No need to foam roll there, okay? All right, we'll go ahead and repeat this on the opposite leg. So we're gonna bring left leg out long. Again, starting with that Achilles tendon. I'm gonna stack my legs, push up, and here I really like to move the foot. I find that this really gets that Achilles tendon to loosen up. And you'll notice here on this leg, I'm no longer pushing up off my glutes because this leg for me right now is a lot tighter, so I don't need to do that. This right here is plenty for me. Foam rolling is great and important for everyone. Every single one of us has fascia covering our muscles. That fascia gets tight from repetitive movement, from lack of movement, and from high intensity movement. So you can see that any way you're moving or not moving, your fascia is going to get tight, thus making your body not move well, right? The fascia covers every single muscle in your body and it's continuous. Again, think like a spider web. And if that's getting tight here, that could be affecting your knee. It could be affecting you further up the chain of your body. All right, that does it for our left leg. Feel free to take more time if you need it. It's just your own personal practice, okay? From here, we're going to go into a tabletop position. We're gonna bring the foam roller. I'm gonna start with the left leg so you can see me a little bit better. We're targeting that shin muscle right now, okay? I think when you get shin splints, that's where we're at, okay? So we're gonna go right below the knee on the outside, okay? So we're gonna have to rock our body to the outside. I've got my right knee popped up, and then this left leg is rotated in so that I can target that shin muscle. And then same thing, we're just gonna kind of seesaw here. You might have to play for a minute, it's kind of awkward. And then we're just gonna seesaw here. On this one, I don't find the need to move my foot. I just do that seesaw motion with my leg. As you get lower on the leg, that muscle gets skinnier and skinnier, attaching down by the ankle. So you don't need quite as much pressure the lower you get. All right, that's that. Now I'm going to switch to the right leg. So bring this just below the right knee. We'll rotate our body into the midline so that we expose that shin muscle to the foam roller. We're gonna pop on the left toes, and then we'll start that rocking motion. Oh, this side hurts. That's the thing about foam rolling that I think is kind of awful. It's uncomfortable, but it's so effective. All right, that does it for our foam rolling routine today. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you'll share it with a friend. Keep at it. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be painful, it's probably gonna be a little bit awkward, but just like anything, the more you do it, the better it'll get. I'll see you next time.